His wings have to come out from the side. So right now his head's got to get narrower in through here so that the wings can come out and go into the feet. We left off because I was using a grinder, and you use the coarse stuff, the big saws. As you get to this level, this is what, 2 hours now of cutting and chopping with diamond saws and a heavy grinder. This guy, so you can see that's a 16 grit on a die grinder, and you know it really takes it down fast because this is soft stone. Now we go to sandpaper. These are sanding discs that are 60 grit, so and it still takes it down fast because it's such a soft stone. And then the shaping comes from using diamonds, and I know most of these look the same to all of you guys. You've seen these before. These are the ones that go on the air die grinders. And so you can see I've got two that I'm using right now. I tend to use shapes I've always used because I know how it goes. And when you get to this part though, you have to have had time looking at a book or a picture. And you know, it's just very helpful when you open it up and you see, okay, here's how a foot looks. Here's how the eyes look. Because what I'm really doing is I'm looking at the edge, so I constantly move around it, and as I see an edge that doesn't look right, just because I've looked at so many pictures of owls, then I know what to do. So here's kind of a graphic design. Here's where we kind of started with a graphic design, and we just kind of put it on there. Now I'm looking at pictures and coming up with what the owl itself looks like, or what the foot looks like, or what the eye looks like. So once you know that, then you can kind of shape what you want. So what you're seeing, what you're going to see next, I'm going to take some of the diamond discs, and the camera will stand way back because of the dust, and you'll see me just kind of shaping with the diamond. And these are all shapes we all know, so it's just a matter of taking it from there. Then you can add in all the fun stuff where you get the curves and the twists and the turns and stuff like that. So what I want to do is just demonstrate the use of the diamond tool so you can see not near as much dust. You see when you put it in the sun, you can see all the machine marks, the flaws. So as you sand it, because this is soft stone, as we sand it, just go through the grits, you know, 80, 120, 240. I'll probably only go to 320 on this because it's never going to shine. It doesn't shine. Limestone won't shine up a lot. So what I'm going to do is just I'll get in here and work some of these areas, and you'll see me use the tool here. So I'm cleaning out the back and the wings, because these wings are going to be a lot thinner. But for right now, until I finish the outside of them, I'm not going to thin them out. What you see is I saw machining marks, so I wanted to get rid of some of them like that. I just wanted to get rid of it, so I ran the diamond, just kind of smoothing it. Next step is going to be sandpaper, probably 80 grit, and that's going to smooth this off real nice. So right now I'm still taking off stuff, but it just gives you an idea what these diamond tools can do. And they work great, especially on soft stone like this. It's all stuff that we're all used to. So I'll take the angles off with sandpaper, just I'll see how, because it's so soft, I want to try different sandpapers. You know, I want to round all these corners so they don't chip, and I like the round anyway, so birds are usually round. Where we left off last time, I was at the sculpture yard where I have my studio. I brought this home because I'm not going to make much of a mess, and I can finish it here, and it's nicer to film here. You can see a lot has changed. But all of the changes were just working with what we already had. What you can see is 5 more hours of work. So we had, last you saw 2.5 hours. This is 7.5 hours into this now. And you get an idea. I painted his little eyes black, and I thought, well, I like that. But when I brought it home, I looked at it and I decided, you know, I don't like some of the bulk of the stone here. So I'm going to show you the pneumatic hammer in a minute with a texturing tool. I'm going to take off some of this just because I'd like to see it grow into it. It's just what I like. It's got nothing to do with any other thing other than my opinion. I just think it looked nicer. So I also didn't, when I was cleaning out some of these areas, I used these little diamond tools on an angle grinder. These are inexpensive little tools, 20 bucks from Harbor Freight. The diamonds itself anywhere from 40 to probably $100 for really specialized, but they last a long time. And you can see I got all in here and cleaned it up real good with these diamond tools, so I could come through here and clean out all that stone, and go through here and clean out all the stone that was in there. Same up here, go through, and it go very fast. To get this to where I like how it looks, and I'm happy with it now. There's a few little areas I might clean up, but I really wanted to get rid of some of the bulk here. As you saw me texturing, I'm just going to take more of this off here, and probably a little more here, and the same on the back sides, and just thin out the top so that I just like to look better where it's building, so I would get rid of more of this and coming up on this side. We're using this to texture now. I'm not taking away material so much as just texturing it and getting rid of some of the bulk. Things you notice as we go through the stone, you see these little dark lines in the stone, and these are actually shells that were caught up in the limestone when it was formed. So you see them, and they're harder. If you run your finger along this, you'll see that this stands proud to the rest of this, because the stone around it is softer. So if I really wanted to fix that, I could, and I haven't decided whether I will. But you notice the shells run here, also run here, down here, and then you'll see a dark line in this stone. And that's just how the limestone formed. It goes all the way down, the whole thing. It's in both wings, and sometimes you can use those colors in the stone to enhance whatever you're doing, and that's part of the fun of it. When you come and find them, you say, oh, how can I use this? If you haven't gone too far, you can. I didn't plan on that. And you'll see that there are shells. Here's a shell right here, actually, just a half of a shell. You're seeing part of it. So when the limestone formed, there were lots of shells in the dirt that compressed into the limestone. We started with a large project, and the reason I did that was because large projects are easier to use big tools on, and I wanted to make this go quick. And so consequently, with bigger tools, I could make the project go quick so you could see the sequence of things. But I didn't start with large projects. I started with small projects, something like this, just a plain piece of stone that